زي ما توقعت بعد ما سمعوا الكلام الناس وبدأوا يعملوا تعديلات في دراجونوف التحديث الأخير. عملوا تعديل على دراجونوف، وعملوا تعديل شوية على أليسا وشوية زيادات. بدأ الديماند يزيد وبدأت الناس تلح أكتر بقى في الحاجات اللي جاية. وهنسمع ناس بتتكلم كتير. يعني آخر حاجة سمعتها اللي هو البوست بتاع أرسلان آش. الجيم بقت هيت سماش على 50 50 على مش عارف ايه. بس ببص دلوقتي لقيت عنوان الفيديو ده، فخلينا نسمع آراء الناس دي مع بعض.
Well, let's talk about the game
وضع
now, ladies
تيكن
and
8
lads. And we're
بالنسبة
going to move on to the next topic.
لناس زي
And it's a
جوكر
topic you guys have
وكومو
all been waiting
وفيليكس
for,
والناس دي.
the state of Tekken 8. I'll read a tweet out to you actually by our good friend,
طبعا الترجمة
Mr.
العربي اللي على
Arslan
اليوتيوب
Ash,
هتبقى
Mr.
وحشة
Five-time
جدا،
Evo
بس
champion. What did he say? He said,
مفهوم
the state of
الكلام طبعا.
Tekken is extremely volatile right now. The more I play the game, the more depressed I become. It feels like the game has devolved into a single launcher followed by 50-50 mix-ups and that's it. The game needs systematic changes more than balance changes, in my opinion. Joker.
I agree with that.
Yeah, honestly, I agree with that 100%. The state right now is an absolute mess. And it's not just the state, it's all these guys that are
مفيش
just
حاجة جديدة،
downplaying
هي
their
على طول هي على
mains.
طول
I
ميسي،
mean,
يعني كله على طول بيقول
they were dog
ميسي.
shit in Tekken 7 and somehow they're good in Tekken 8. It's like, it's crazy. But
Like you, Joker.
I have a long list, man. I could read out the list on my second monitor.
Yeah, do it.
Anyways,
Go for
let me
it.
carry on talking.
يعني
There's so many
الوضع
things.
بالنسبة لي في تيكن 8 دلوقتي، يعني في كاركترز لو اديتها لطفل عنده 6 سنوات، والله انا اديت في كاركترز اديتها عندي لطفلة 6 سنوات بتماش، وانا كنت بعاني عشان اكسب. يعني لما حد بيماش انت ما تعرفش هو بيعمل ايه ولا هو عارف هو بيعمل ايه. بس في كاركتر فعلا لو تخيل بقى، لو اديت الكاركترز دي لحد ياخد اللعبة جد، ناوي ياخد اللعبة جد او كده. كاركترز ليسا في يوشي الكلام ده.
We need to talk about like what Arslan said. It's not just balance; it's systematic changes. This is why I'm scared of season 2. I think they need more time. I think they're starting to understand what needs to be nerfed, but again, there's so much more things they need to look at. Like, what if they add new mechanics? This is something I spoke to FDX about. What if they add new mechanics in season 2, which is possible? They did that in Tekken 7. Like,
مش على اساس ان هم مش عارفين هم مين اللي محتاج نيرف، هم عارفين كل حاجه من قبل ما ينزلوا الجيم، من قبل ما احنا نلعبها اصلا. الناس دي ما بتهزرش يعني، وكل حاجه مدروسه بالارقام. الناس دي عايزه جيل جديد من اللاعبين. الجيل القديم ده مش الاهتمام دلوقتي، في جيل جديد جاي. فبيحاولوا ان هو يقابل الجيل الجديد ده بامكانيات تساعدهم انه يلعب قصاد البروز القدام. فمش كل حاجه موجهه للناس القديمه، الحاجات دي موجهه للناس الجديده، سواء تسهيلات بقى سبيشال ستايل، سواء هيت سماش، سواء اي نوع من التسهيلات والمس اللي حصل ده عشان يخدم الجيل الجديد.
what would happen, you know, like
What about
so many worldwide potentially, like so much shit needs to change. It's not like I agree with Arslan. I think the more you play, the more you understand. Now I have like 1,000 plus hours now, and I've only just started to realize like this game is very it's mentally taxing, it's exhausting. There's so many canned mix-up situations where like you're forced to guess, but I feel like against certain characters it's not that bad. But when you look at the top tiers, and a lot of characters are top tier, the game's a mess. And I don't think it's like it's ready for competitive, in my opinion.
Really? You got that far saying it's not ready for competitive?
It's ready, but I don't think to the extent of other games were, in my opinion, in other
I'm sorry, may I jump in for a split second? You mentioned like some characters it doesn't feel like a problem. Do you have like an example, not for me to call you out, but just for me to illustrate a point I wanted to make?
Heihachi, Lydia, I think characters like that are not too bad, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I think there's so many other characters as well. Which of the characters are there? Horang, I'm not scared of Horang. I think Kazuya as well. Like a character like Kazuya, it's all about the pilot. I like things like that, you know. If a character is strong, at least it's locked behind execution or something. But when there's characters like Yoshi running around and Nina and Dragunov, where I can give my nephew 5 hours to play on my PC and he'll start beating these top players. Like it's not.
So would you agree with the idea that the reason why like Lydia, Heihachi, Kazuya, and other like characters tend to be less scary is because you have more defensive counterplay, right? You have like sidesteps, you have backdashes, you have like option select defense. Like, is that what why you think it's a bit easier?
This is something I spoke to like Arslan about and the Pakistani players, especially Atif as well. And I said to him, like, I think them buffing specifically backdash and sidestep would fix so many problems, especially backdash. Now, I understand the main direction of the game is aggressiveness, there's chip damage, etc., etc. But I think like sidestep and backdash movement would change so many things. And also, something that Rank 2 spoke about was the plus frames on heat engages and whatnot. That's also something that needs to be looked at. Again, another thing that needs to be looked at is heat smashes on block and on hit. Why are you forced to guess after Link's heat smash on hit? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, like there's so many other characters I could talk about. Like it's insane. But you know what? I'm optimistic. I pray Bandai Namco listens to us. I'm sure they will. You know, Tekken 7 was great, although 2Ds existed, but 2Ds don't exist now. I'm optimistic. I'm still gonna play the game. I love Tekken. Let's keep grinding.
But we'll break down again like what it is specifically because again if you're optimistic.
أنا شايف إن في خلال كم شهر يعني ممكن كتير سنة مش هنشوف الناس الأسماء اللي إحنا بنشوفها دلوقتي دي خالص. الأسماء اللي إحنا عمالين نشوفها من باكستان ومن دول تانية عمالين دايما يظهروا في البطولات وأول تاني تالت وتوب 10. أعتقد it's a matter of time يعني matter of time إن إحنا يجي الجيل الجديد ده بقى إيه يبدأ يسيطر ويكتسح العالم ده كله.
Let's think about change.
Tekken 8 خلقت
You have to outline what change you want, or you have to outline what the problems are, right? And I think everyone here might have a different idea of what the actual problems are. We'll talk about that. But before, we need to go to Kokoma, because Kokoma, you've been very outspoken about what you feel about this game. You said, I remember I went to your stream one time and you said, I can't play this game too long. It's too difficult for my mind to play for too long. It's stressful. You said, everything's 50-50, 50-50, 50. Shibai, tired of doing 50-50 all time.
يا جماعه لما الناس دي بتشتكي بالمنظر ده امال اللعيبه اللي زيي والناس اللي داخله دي بتعمل ايه يعني؟ ايه ده؟
He goes, I feel like we're on Las Vegas first floor. What do you think, Kokoma? Tell us. Talk to us about what you think of Tekken 8.
Okay. Yeah. I have two
الفيديو ده المفروض يكون
topics for this conversation.
Okay.
First thing is of course about the game, but second one was actually the online system, the netcode.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's go the first topic.
Yeah.
This game first time when they show the Tekken 8 comes out, the company said the game will be easy for noob and middle player and hard for professional player. And we just realized that way, the only way is actually just gambling for now. We are just doing the whole super much plus frame and just dog or sit 50-50 and 50-50. If you hit, I'm gonna win. If I fail, then okay, I'm gonna go back home. The game is like just throw my 50-50. That's all. Or even all character is like that. It's like even I'm really confused that there is the really super top tier character, because in Burst 2, every character are really super typical 50-50. They are just doing that whole in game. It's the system is actually problem. The characters all moveset is just for 50-50. They should change this thing first. It's all characters concept is I feel like same.
انا ما بدأتش العب كويس بفكرة
They all
ما
force you
فهمت
to
نظام
do it.
50.
Yeah, so I mean, okay, so yeah, what do you guys think? I think, okay, if we break it down,
معمولة
I
بنظام
want to
ما
ask you,
ينفعش
Kokoma,
تلعب
do you think that
مش
Feng
هينفع
is a
rank
character
up
that can do that to you
أو
as
مش
well?
هينفع تلعب المستوى بنظام 50.
The Joker said no 50-50, but you play Feng. You said every character is 50-50. Is Feng 50-50 character as well?
No.
Okay, Feng's not.
Honestly,
Feng's not, guys.
I don't think he is.
God, here we go, guys.
Listen.
You guys know that.
People are
You
gonna
guys
think we're
know that
downplaying and stuff. But
Every time.
What was the
every
downplaying
time,
main character thing about? Yeah.
I want to say this. Like, before I said, yeah, okay, I'm gonna change my word. Almost character.
Yeah, that's what I said to. That's what I said earlier as well. It's not all characters. I feel like it's just a few like not a few characters, but quite a lot of characters that just like force you to non-stop. Like Shaheen, for instance, they gave him his new punish, his 12 rank punish, which knocks you down for some reason, and then you're forced to guess like what was the reason for that? Like why? I don't understand. And then there's like other characters, of course, like Dragunov is a perfect example. I like the QCF4 nerf, but it's still a mix-up. Like why am I still forced to guess? I don't get it. It's weird, man. It's weird. You need to really look at what some characters can do in heat, and then you need to see how much consumption they take. You have Kuma shitting out electrics for like 20 seconds. You have like Nina doing crazy shit. Like it's crazy. I feel like some characters can do too much, and other characters they can barely do much. Like me and Kokoma have to play with back one and shoulder. Amazing. 2+4 got nerfed to the ground. It's reactable. Like you can power pressure, you can jab it. Like I don't even need to say anything else.
I know, man. Steve only gets 2 clinches. Like he should get like way more than.
What do you think?
I agree.
You use a top 5 character according to some people, man, and you're listening this. What do you think?
This conversation sucks. Like I'm just listening to everybody downplay their character. Look, the idea of it being a system-wide issue or not for Tekken 8, I think I tend to agree more with Arslan on this one. I feel like the forced heat system, it kind of forced the game in that direction, right? So you have all these safe heat engagers, that's like it just forced the game in that direction where you didn't really have that much of a benefit from those moves in the past, even if they were safe, right? So now the benefit of doing those is like way higher than before. I had a really good session just a few days ago with Kane and MYK, and it was the most fun I've had with Tekken 8 in months. But in that session, I realized at the start of the life bar, I'm having fun. As soon as we both get down to about 30% of the life bar remaining, that's when I'm like, oh, I don't want to play anymore. Because, like, I just know some shit's going to happen. There's going to be some heat, this, that, 50-50 wall, heat dash chip. I'm like, oh, man, I don't want to deal with all this, right? Like, and that's just what you're left with. And so
فعلا آخر 30% دول بيبقوا والله
every single round, right? You can't really escape it. It's even if it's not every round, it's like, okay, 75% or whatever. It's a really high percentage of rounds that you end up in that situation. So
yeah,
I think it's more of a system issue more than and the game obviously needs individual balancing, like Fee was talking about. There's a lot of, situations that are forced from all the characters, but I feel like that's the direction they want this game to go, and I feel like that is their intention. So for them to break that intention and go a completely different direction is almost impossible at this point.
Something I should add as well, because it's also crazy to me as well, is like when certain characters pop heat, they also get access to their installs, like Claudio and Brian as well. I think that is to me crazy. Like why would they get access to that when they already have heat? Like why would you give them that as well? Like it doesn't make sense. I feel like some characters have like no weaknesses more or less, and then there's other characters that are really struggling.
There's a big disparity in the power power between certain characters. Kokoma, tell me then, do you think that the problem is the heat system, or is it just the individual moves of the characters, like the moves of Dragunov move, Nina move, or is it heat in general? What's the problem? Why is it 50-50 game? Is it heat or is it just character strength?
زي ما انا قلت الاول، الوضع ده مدروس. هم التيكن 7 مش محتاج، تيكن 8 مش محتاجين حد يقول لهم ايه اللي صح وايه اللي غلط. الكلام ده بيزنس بحت موجه للجنريشن الجديد عشان البلايرز الجديده تدخل. لازم يبقى فيه تغيير، لازم يبقى فيه سيستم جديد، والسيستم الجديد ده هيبقى 50-50 يسمح ان حد داخل جديد يقدر يتعلم ويكيب اب مع الناس القديمه، والا مش هيسيبوا مكان لحد يفوت يدخل يعني.
Not that big problem, I think. All characters moveset is too much. Like people Joka said, Brian. For me, like even hidden characters like Paul, they're all sliding characters. And like all characters moveset. Yeah.
I don't think it's just moveset though. I think it's the system as well. Honestly, like I think the heat system needs to be looked at. Like heat engages, for instance, like it's 2+. I think it's way 2+.
Like, about that, also I agree that. Yeah.
But I think it's both the system mechanics and the character balance.
Okay, let me quickly give some specific examples, and I want to hear what you guys think about this. Okay. Power Crush heat engages. Okay. Power Crush heat engages. Okay. So there are moves which are like -14, -19 that in heat Also, when you have heat, they become plus. So Nina's blonde bomb -14, but when you have heat, it becomes heat dash +5. But power crush heat engages in general as well. I guess as a centers, forward 1+2, Victors and Ninas and stuff. What do we make of the power crush heat engages? Do you guys think that's a problem, that it should be in the game, or that these power crush heat engages should not exist? I mean, what do you guys actually think? Kokoma, what do you think? Power crush heat engager.
Power crush engager should be gone. It's just insane. It doesn't make sense. Power crash should be just power crash. That's all.
I see. Yeah, Joker.
Get it out the game. It's actually it's bro. I'm just gonna be honest. It's shocking that it's even in the game. And I see someone complain about Feng's high power crush, bro. What rank?
اقول لك حاجه مثيره قوي. يعني انا ما حضرتش تيكن 7 ولو سالتني واقدر اجادل في الموضوع ده مع اني مش قديم في اللعبه بس اقدر اجادل في النقطه دي قوي. الريج doesn't make sense to me. الهيت makes sense. هم يمكن عشان متعودين على الريج من تيكن 7 فمش معلقين عليه. انا الريج عندي مشكله كبيره، مش مشكله في اللعب ان انا بخسر او بكسب او الكلام ده، لا الريج نفسه doesn't make sense بالكونسبت بتاعه. what makes sense for me ان انا واحد جديد في تيكن 8 واللي انا شايفه، لا الهيت makes all sense. الهيت انجيجر، الهيت بيرست، الهيت كراش، كل الكلام ده مناسب جدا و makes all sense. هو بالظبط لان دي حاجه اتعودوا عليها وده مش متعود عليها.
rank shaming bro. Yo, the rank shaming.
I think we have to make
the real Joker shows up.
لو فكرت فيها في الميك سنس الريج هو اللي مش
I don't know, like Assassino, Victor's power crush, like get out of here, man. But yeah, I don't like power crush engages.
Okay, you say get them at the game?
Yeah.
Rip.
Yeah, no, I mean, Law has one. It's forward 3. It's fun. I can just do it, and I feel like as a casual, that's what they want, So I enjoy it. I think it's completely stupid, but I enjoy the stupidity in it, So for the casual me who doesn't compete as much anymore, I like it, But like, do I want to play against them? Hell no, So that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Okay, yeah. You want to use it. You like dishing it out, but you don't like taking it. It's one of them situations.
Yeah.
Fair enough, man. Yo, VDX. What do you make of power crush engage? I saw your reaction at the start. I feel like I know what you're gonna say, but
they're super dumb. I also like it. Like when I pick Victor and I can stop thinking and just power crush. I love that. But I think one change that could bring them in alignment is one issue I was talking to Speed about was that everything you do that heat dashes becomes +5, right?
Yeah.
So like Steve doing running 2 heat dash goes from +6 to +5. Nina doing a -14 blonde bomb becomes +5. That seems a little weird, right? Like, what if it were a flat number? So like you get the power crush heat engage or heat dash or whatever, but it becomes 6.
نفس الكلام ده لما بتاخد ستانس، نفس الكلام ده في حاجات بتبقى عندك 0 او ماينس، بتاخد 5 أو 6 فريم زياده مجرد بس انك بتحول الضربه او بتشفت الستانس بعد الضربه بتبقى -5 مثلا. لو فولو اب ستانس بتبقى معاك بلس فريمز.
Safe, but you don't keep your advantage, right? So Victor throws it out for the 50 millionth time, but he's not +5. He's now just he got to try it. Cool. Right? I kind of think if they are going to keep it in the game, that is an adjustment to the system that would help. And I get why they made everything +5 because for newer players, it makes it easier. I know every time there's a heat dash, I know it's +5. But if you're the kind of nerd that's going to learn frame data in the first place, maybe it's going to be okay to make the adjustment from, okay, it's not +5, it's my turn, right?
Right.
Again, depending on the move. I think it's not that big of a jump for the kind of player that Tekken attracts, and it will bring it a lot more into competitive alignment and allow noobs to still have fun with these ridiculously insanely good moves. And then like they made tracking changes to it too. I think that's a great adjustment already. But they are undoubtedly one of the strongest things in Tekken 8, and something has to be done.
What about like enhanced moves? This is something that I think is really we need to talk about as well. Joker, you kind of touched upon it. Bear Electric. Look at Panda, look at Kuma. One is a lot stronger than the other, one a lot more annoying, way more volatile. It's because the heat system for that character, the moves that character has are very crazy. But you look at Panda and it's a lot easier to play against that character. So it's a good example of what you could do to Kuma to make him a lot less annoying to play against, right? Is to nerf the heat system of that move, that character. But you look at Law, for example, and I want to talk about Law because I'm sorry, Rip, yeah, because you know,
it's okay.
I know Gosen's in here and he agrees as well. It's kind of back 1-2-2, 1-1-1, up forward 3. These moves all become launches. He gets like a 5 million hits in the combo. Gosen's
awesome.
laughing. It looks cool, right?
Yeah.
But 14 frame counter hit confirmable launcher 1-1-1, like. I don't understand why some moves are launches in heat and why others are not, and they just give you a free hit. What do you guys think about that? Joker, I'll start with you. What do you think about the enhanced moves and, like, you know, heat dash launches as well?
They have to tone it down across, like, the whole roster, man. Like, Dragunov's back 4-3, we can talk about, like, the tracking of Steve's heat smash, which hits you from the other side of the country. Like, there's just so many problems, I think.
Steve players, bro.
Like, they just need to look at everything. They need to change everything. Like, it's crazy, man.
What's everything, honestly. Joker? You gotta say it, bro. You gotta let them know. Like, what is everything?
Like, these Yoshimitsu players, like Nina players as well. Like, I think some characters' move list is way too advanced. Now, I like for some characters, they don't have too many enhanced moves, you know. Like, imagine Jin, like Jin has heat smash, right? But imagine if he had more shit in heat. Like, wouldn't that be even more obnoxious as he already is?
Yeah.
Like, we need to look at the whole roster. We need to, like, something I didn't like about Tekken 7, I'm going to mention this, is like some characters got their weaknesses stripped away, like Bob got his 15 frame launcher and whatnot. I hope they don't go that same path. Characters need to have weaknesses, otherwise it's not fun when they're so well rounded, you know. And I feel like the meta gets stale. Like, right now we're just seeing a shit ton of Dragunovs and, you know, Yoshis and, you know, Nina.
Yoshi used to be fun to watch. I remember Tekken 7, you guys could find videos of me commentate, be like, we don't get to see many Yoshis. I'm really, really excited to see how he plays. Now I don't want to see that.
It's what MYK just said. Everyone does damage on wall carry now, and punishment is just getting better across the whole board. Like, what the days when Yoshi barely had wall carry and damage, like, now he just has everything and Oki on top. Like, why?
I remember when Feng didn't have good combos. Now he has.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that. They should nerf thing, but
how did that?
It won't make a difference. They should nerf. I think the whiff recovery on Danford 3. They should nerf. That's it, I think.
الترجمة يعني قتلت الحوار. اتمنى ان ما كنتش في حد معتمد على الترجمة دي خالص. بس anyways هي نفس النقطة اللي ممكن نتكلم عليها في كل تحديث وكل it is what it is. يعني game still fun و يعني adapt بقى 50-50 و it is what it is. على قد ندي للناس الجديدة فرصة. يعني اللي هيبقى مثير انك تسمع كلام واحد بادئ في الوقت ده، اللي بادئ في الوقت ده ويحترف بعدين هيبقى ليه رأي تاني في كل الحاجات دي. let's see.